Hi guys, and good evening. I hope you've had a really lovely weekend and you're getting ready ready and raring to go for your start of the week. I'm in the kitchen tonight prepping, so welcome back to my kitchen. I've just been doing a bit of food prep this evening, which I do not always manage to do on a Sunday. You know, if I'm out and about and stuff, sometimes I just get back and quickly bung my smoothie together. But this evening I'm home alone, I've got some time, and I thought, you know what, I've got a busy week, so let's just start the week off right and just have some foods there ready prepped to make life easier. And that's the thing, if you have a busy schedule and you know that you're going to go into a really busy week, you've got meetings, you've got children to deal with, school runs, whatever it is in your life that makes things a little bit harder when it comes to healthy eating, it's always good when you can find some time to just get some meals prepped up, really quick, easy meals. My stuff's not complicated. So I'm going to be prepping up this evening for my start of the week a frittata, so I've just got something to grab in the fridge. For lunches or even dinners. I'm going to make up a stir fry. I'm going to make up my green smoothie for tomorrow because I'm starting my green smoothie challenge with a lot of people that are also starting it tomorrow over in the private group. But I'm not going to be doing that while on live because that's a lot of stuff, but just to give you an idea of the sort of things I'm prepping up to get me starting the week off right, because obviously when we're really busy and running from here to there, we tend to grab the unhealthy options because they're quick and easy to eat on the run. So you'll grab ready-made sandwiches, cake, pastries, whatever it is that's easy to grab. That's what we tend to do if we haven't got organised and prepped our food. Now, I know it can be quite difficult to find the time to prep up loads of meals, so I do try and keep things really, really simple and quick. So things like stir fries, frittatas, stuff like that is really easy and quick to do. But this evening, I'm actually going to be prepping up some dips with you while I'm on live. So 2 popular dips that are really easy and really quick to make, which is why I'm doing them. A guacamole and hummus. Now obviously it's really much better if we can make these ourselves, if we can find the time, and they do only take a few minutes. They obviously add a lot of preservatives, especially to guacamole, a lot of preservatives to keep it from going brown when it's in the shop. So I would really avoid buying that dip. But if you are really busy and you really can't find the time to make your own hummus, then obviously that's not such a bad one to buy. But do avoid guacamole because that really does have a lot of preservatives added. But so I'm going to make a fresh one up now, which I'm going to use this evening. And I know it's one that doesn't keep for very long, but there is a way of keeping it a little bit longer than a couple of hours. And that's if you just make sure you're adding your lemon or your lime juice, which will help preserve it. And also put cling film really flat against the guacamole so that there's no air getting to it, and that will mean that you can keep it until tomorrow at least. But I am actually going to use mine this evening. My recipe is very simple. I'm not even going to be including red onion in it this evening, but if you do want to include red onion in yours, then please do. But I'm going to get started on that one, then I'm going to go into the hummus, and this evening I'm going to be prepping up some crudités, chopping some veg and stuff, so I literally have everything on hand for the next few days. It's going to make life a lot easier and save me time during my busy week. So this is why food prep is so important, because it really will stop me from just grabbing anything when I'm on the run. But anyway, let's get started. So I've already prepped up. Say hi if you're coming on live this evening as well, guys. Just give me a comment below. Let me know you're on. It's really nice to hear from you when you do join me live. But anyway, so I've already sorted out the avocado. So I've got 1 avocado that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to scrape that out into a bowl. So this is a really rustic one. I'm not going to blend it or anything. It's really going to have nice chunks in it, and not going to go too crazy because I just want it to be quick and easy. That's what we want. That's what we always want. Life is hectic. We don't want to be spending hours in the kitchen unless that's your real passion or it's part of your job. Most of us just want to get in, get out, just make something nice and tasty that's going to fuel us and give our bodies what we need. That's what we want. So that's just gone in there. I'm not going to mash it yet. I'm just going to prep up the other foods. I've also got 1 lime. I might not need the whole lime, but I've got 1 lime. It's quite solid. It's been in the fruit bowl for a while, so I'm hoping I'm going to get some juice out of that. 1 lime, and then I've already chopped a little bit of chilli. I've done half a red chilli for mine, but obviously you add what you like. It depends how spicy you like it. So I'm going to pop let's mash that up first. So just mashing with a fork. Like I said, I'm not blending it. It's really rustic. Just quickly mashing that. If it's nice and ripe, if the avocado is nice and ready, then that's not going to be difficult to do at all. So So just mashing that up. Just realised it's got a bit of skin in there. Escaped. Right, okay. So just mashing that with a fork. I've got coriander, fresh coriander to go in it. All the nice fresh flavours that I love actually with Mexican food. So we've got lime, red chilli, coriander. I'm actually going to put a little bit of tomato in there as well. And like I said, if you want to add in some red onion, that works as well. Right, okay, so I'm now going to pop in the red chilli. So a little bit of red chilli going in with the avocado. Kind of a staple when it comes to Mexican food. Chili, all of this really. And then I'm just going to chop up a little. I'm not going to use the whole tomato, I'm just going to put a little bit of tomato in. Obviously it depends how many avocados you're using. I'm only using one avocado tonight because this is actually for my dinner rather than tomorrow. Although if I have some left over, I will pop on the cling film really tight so I can keep it until tomorrow. I'm just going to chop the tomato. I don't know if you can see the board or not. I'll have to come and have a look in a minute because I, as usual, have no contacts in and no glasses on, so I can't see very well. But let me know if you're on. Say hello. Let me know what you're up to this evening. Are you prepping your food? Are you on my smoothie challenge? Are you joining me tomorrow? Are you getting ready for that? What are you up to? Or are you just out enjoying the sun, which I completely don't blame you if you are. It's a gorgeous evening out there. Right, so a little bit of tomato really chopped really finely so all the juices come out. So there's just a little bit on there as you can see. Put that in and just gauge it, depends how much you want to put in really. There's no hard and fast rule with this. I'm actually going to put a little bit more in there. Chop some more up. So if you're just joining me, I am doing quite a bit of food prep tonight, but I'm only going to be on live doing these really easy but popular dips. And there's someone popping up there. Hey Lucas, how are you? Nice to see you on. What are you up to this evening? Enjoying the sunshine in Brighton, down at the beach maybe. Okay, so just popping the tomato in. Okay, so again, we've just got a really rustic guacamole here, so it's nothing crazy. If you're not really a cook, don't worry, no cooking involved. So just chopped up red chilli, mushed up some avocado, chopped up some tomato really finely, and I'm now going to pop in some lime juice, if I can get some lime juice out of these hard limes, but I'm going to give it a go. So I've got my nifty little juicer here. I'm just going to pop that in and hope some juice comes out. Yeah, there's some juice in there. Perfect. I've got a little bit old, but that's a great thing. Using bits up that's in the fridge or the fruit bowl. So that's what I'm going to do this evening when I stir fries and stuff, just really start to get through loads of stuff that's left over from the week that I can use in some of my recipes this evening for my food prep. Okay, so that's in. I'm actually only going to use, because it's only a small avocado, I'm actually only going to use half a lime, but again, if you want to add a bit more in, do. It depends how many avocados you're using, how much dip you've got. I'll check it at the end, maybe I could add a bit more in, we'll see. But I'm going to get on and pop in some coriander next. So a lot of people don't like coriander. If you don't, you can obviously leave it out. Maybe add some parsley or something instead. But I love coriander, so I'm just going to quickly chop some of that. So this is a really rustic guacamole, and it's so much better if you can make it rather than buy it from the shop, because they add so many preservatives to stop it from going brown. So it's one of those that's so easy to make, we don't need to be buying it. Literally minutes. I mean, I'm chatting away, so I could probably make it faster than this, obviously. Really only takes minutes to mash up a bit of avocado, stick some chilli in, some lime, some tomatoes, a red onion if you want. I'm not doing a red onion because I want to do this quickly, so I'm just popping in some coriander, sprinkling that in. Again, I'm just putting a pinch of that in really, but again, it's down to the individual, what flavours you like. And I won't be adding salt to this. If you've watched a few of my videos, you know that I'm not really adding salt to my food at the moment. trying to cut back completely on that because it's in a lot of foods already. So, you know, tinned foods, tomatoes, stuff like that, you're already going to have salt in. Obviously with this, you've not really got any salt in there, but so if you really want a bit of salt, add in some sea salt, or I use pink Himalayan salt when I do use it. I'm going to put in a bit of black pepper though, and then that should be good to go. And then we give it a little taste test. And I'm going to have that with my dinner tonight. But if you did want to save that, there is a way of saving it for at least, you know, a few hours or into the next day. Making sure you've got lots of lime juice in there or lemon juice, that will help preserve it. Plus putting some cling film completely flat over the top. Oh, you're burned like a lobster. Oh no. I'm making some dips this evening. I'm actually making a lot of food this evening, but I'm only going to come on live for a few things, otherwise I'll be here all night. I'm doing my food prep. By making stir fry, frittatas, but on live I'm making guacamole and hummus. So dips that we often buy from the supermarket, but actually are really quick and easy to make. And guacamole especially has a lot of preservatives added, so it's not so good for us when we buy it from the shop, and doesn't taste very nice either, if we're honest. So just really easy, fresh dips, nice summer dips. Okay, so I'm going to give that a little test. That's good. I don't think I need any more lime. I'm going to leave it at that. And like I said, make sure that cling film's really flat on the top against the avocado. So if you are keeping it a bit longer, you want to keep it for the next day, just make sure you're really putting the cling film nice and flat, and you might want to put some more lime juice on top to stop it from going brown. And that should keep a bit longer. Okay, next up, just move this out the way, and then I'm going into hummus. So some really popular dips that we often buy. And like I said, if you're really busy and you really need to buy your hummus, then do, but it is very quick to make as well. So I just wanted to come on and show how quick it is to make. Then move all this out the way, and then in comes the hummus ingredients. Right. Okay, so for the hummus, just a really simple one. In the background here is the pile of vegetables and things that I'm actually going to be prepping afterwards for my stir fries, my frittata. So it's just getting organised on a Sunday night so we can really start the week off right when we get really busy. I've said this earlier in the video, but if you're just joining me live now, it's like if you have a really busy schedule, sometimes it's really tough to get those good healthy meals in. We need to pre-prep them so we can hit the ground running. So when you've got the time, prep up some healthy meals so they're just there to grab in the fridge, and then we don't end up grabbing, you know, ready-made sandwiches, croissants, things like that, you know, pastries, so crisps. So it's just trying to set ourselves up to succeed. That's what we're doing. So, okay, I've got ingredients for the hummus. Let's hope I've got everything here. Doesn't look like much, does it? Okay, so I've got 1 tin of chickpeas that I've drained and rinsed. Oh, hello, Agnes. Hope you guys are well. I'll have to come and visit you soon. Okay, so just 1 tin of chickpeas drained and rinsed, and I'm putting that into a food processor. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Right, what next? 2 cloves of garlic I'm using, because I love garlic. Might be a little over the top, but I love it. People aren't going to love me. So I'm just putting it in my little nifty garlic crusher on wheels. I'm just going back and forth, and it all comes out all nicely in bits for me. And I'm just going to empty that into the food processor. So I've got oil to add. I've got tahini, which always goes into your hummus. I've got lemon, a whole lemon, I'm going to pop that in. And I've got some paprika to sprinkle on at the end. Consistency-wise, you know, you could actually just cut the olive oil completely and not have it in there. But if you like quite a nice sort of sloppier hummus, then add a little bit of oil in. We may even add some water as well. I'm just going to see what the consistency looks like when I do it. As usual, it's all a bit, you know, kind of by eye, which isn't very helpful for you, but it'll be fine. We're going to work it out together. Right, so what have I got in there? Haven't put the garlic in yet. So we've got chickpeas. Then we're popping in the garlic. But yeah, if you're trying to cut back on calories, you might want to cut back on the oil. Although it's a good fat, obviously it's added calories. So I'm not going to put too much in, and it does give it that nice loose texture. And if you don't add it, you're going to just have a lot more of a dense dip. So popping in as much of the garlic as I can, get out there. Okay. Nearly there, guys. What am I going to put in next? I might start to blitz that first. I'm just going to blitz those together. So a bit of noise, and then I'm going to rinse my hands off because I'm covered in garlic. So I'm just going to pop that on to go. Oop. Really just going to blend all those chickpeas up with the garlic. And then we can have a look at how much either water or oil we want to add. And of course we've got the lemon juice to go in as well, so I'll go in with that first and then see where we're at. Okay, nice smooth paste coming along there. And what do I do with my, there we go. So I'm going to go in with 1 whole lemon in this. And obviously quantity wise, you can just up the tins of chickpeas that you use if you want more dip. If you're catering for more people, obviously, I'm just making this for me. So I don't need a huge amount. I'm squeezing that in. I'm going to put one whole lemon. I love this little lemon juicer, it's brilliant. So handy. In my head it speeds things up, but it probably doesn't. Okay, that's enough. That's quite a lot of liquid in there now. I'm just going to pop that to the side. I've got a little bit of a seed gone in there, so to remove that. Ooh. Okay, nearly there. In goes the tahini. So I'm going to go with ½ a tablespoon of tahini and try and get some of the oil as well. So this is obviously sesame seed paste. So just ½ a tablespoon, or you could go in with 3 teaspoons, probably about ½ a tablespoon. Someone will correct me now, but anyway. I just go by eye and see what looks best, but I'm trying to give you the measurements. So ½ a tablespoon, and then we're going to blitz that and try and get a bit more of a paste going on, and then see if we need some oil in there. I'm going to scrape a bit of this off the sides with a spatula. I can find one. It's all kind of sticking to the sides there, so just going to scrape that off just so it mixes all in together. Nearly there. And actually that's quite a nice consistency. It might need a little bit of oil. It's actually quite a nice consistency. Smells like hummus, looks like hummus. Hopefully it's going to taste like hummus. Right, okay. Just pop that on the blitz once more. And if you're doing this for a party, then just save back some of the chickpeas and you can just kind of pop those on top, drizzle a little bit of oil, pop on a little paprika, and then it looks nice as well. But this is just for me to grab in the week when I'm really busy for my snack. Oops, probably better if I stop that rather than just try and take the lid off. Okay, looking good. I am going to just put a little drizzle of oil in, really not much at all. Because it's looking, the consistency is actually looking really nice, but for a bit of extra added flavour, because we've got some really nice extra virgin olive oil here, and it's one of our good fats, so it's not a problem using it. Just a drizzle. I literally just put a drizzle in. It was probably less than ½ a tablespoon. Okay, so popping that back on, one more blitz to mix it in, and then we're done. Just going to spoon it out into a bowl. When you're not talking, this is going to be a lot quicker, so don't worry. It is a really fast dip to make, I promise. That's looking really good. And like I said, if you need to add salt and things like that, do. If your taste buds even haven't quite adjusted to sort of lower salt intake, then add a little bit in. But for me, that's good enough for me with the other flavours in there. So we've got garlic, lemon juice, tahini. Right, so I'm just going to scrape that out. Again, if you like a bit of a looser hummus, you're going to add a bit more oil in, but for me that's a nice consistency. But you might want to make it a little bit looser. Up to you, depends on what your tastes are, how you like your hummus. Okay. That's it. So that's 2 healthy dips. So now I'm just going to prep up, not while I'm on live because you all know how to prep carrots and celery, but I'm just going to prep up some celery and some carrots, and that's going to be good to go for the week. I'm going to pop on the paprika, a little bit of paprika, and like I said, you can just drizzle a bit more oil on top. Just bear in mind, we want our good fats, we need our good fats, but they are higher in calories. There's nothing coming out of that. Yes, there is. There we go. They are higher in calories, so you just, don't add too much. That's it. My hummus dip. Add more oil if you need to, but for me, that's perfect. I'm going to give it a little taste just to check. That's yummy. So, I will post both these recipes afterwards. But that was just 1 tin of chickpeas, half a tablespoon of, the chickpeas were drained and rinsed and drained, half a tablespoon, ooh, I can taste that garlic, half a tablespoon of tahini, 2 garlic cloves, but if you're not so keen on garlic, you might want to cut that back or take it out completely, 1 whole lemon juice from 1 whole lemon even, a bit of olive oil and some paprika on top, and that was it. Just blitzed it all in the food processor, just bung it all in, and that's it, you're good to go. And then of course we had the guacamole, which was just 1 avocado, a little bit of tomato. It was actually, I think, probably less than half a tomato in there because I only used 1 avocado, half a red chili, some fresh coriander, some lime juice from half a lime, and that's it, guys. Guacamole, nice and fresh. Good for summer dip as well, and your hummus. So I'm going to chop up some crudités next and then get on with the rest of my food prep this evening, just so I'm all good to go for the rest of the week. But thank you so much for joining me this evening. Have a really good start to the week. Get yourself all prepped up to go so you have a nice healthy start to the week, and have a good one. I'll be back on tomorrow. Thanks for joining me and take care. Have a really lovely Sunday evening.